All right, guys, we are live. Bellator 205, Fights with Friends, live reaction. How's everybody doing tonight? Let's say an unsupported resolution from my live stream. What's up, Jason? How does this look, everybody, guys? I got to look at this. YouTube's telling me I have an unsupported resolution. Current resolution is not what they want it to be. What the fuck ever. As long as it's working, it's working. And at the moment, it looks to be working. So, I mean, I hope it is. Looks good to me. All right, Jason. What's up? What's up, guys? I don't know if you guys were able to check out my video. I was setting up a minute ago betting the $57,000 that we won yesterday during the press conference, but I was looking at the odds on these fights. I know I just put that up like just a minute ago, so might not have gave you a lot of time, but I want to see. I want to see what you guys think. I'm gonna bring up the odds on mybookie.com. Joe Rogan sent me there, so it better be good. It better not be some freaking scam, Joe. You know, I don't know. People have been saying that he sold out and stuff. So lately, I don't know if I buy it, but like I said, it better be good. All right, this is what I got. These are the odds. This is my screen. Will take my information off of there. So I decided to do a parlay, which is with these kind of odds. I thought that was the best way to do it. To be honest, because minus 720. Minus 180 for RAFAEL LOVATO. It's minus 170 now. It changed a little bit. DENISE KIELHOLTZ, minus 130. It wouldn't let me, even if I wanted to. I don't know if I would have wanted to, but it would not let me parlay Roger HUERTA. For whatever reason, it would not let me do the parlay on that because it said that it was plus 700 or more. You cannot do a parlay on. So the idea behind this was, hypothetically, if we had won the bets that we bet yesterday, like I said on the press conference, we took John Jones's money as $205,000, and everybody pour yourself a drink. You know, I'm classy, so I put my beer in a glass, as you can see. If you took that $205,000, you did the prop bets that we won, we would have won 6 out of 8. The only ones that I was wrong on was Khabib wearing the hat, the PATRICKY, and Conor McGregor wearing sunglasses. That one surprised me, and they lost. Good thing didn't bet a lot. Actually lost our butt a little on the sunglasses, but we got it back in a lot of other things. So $262,000. We returned, you know, the California State Athletic Commission's money underneath the door, and everything's good, right? We take that. Let's take the house money, and we're going to bet it on parlay. We're going to do a 4-way parlay, and that allows me to pick all the fights. I'm going to do this more often, maybe with some real money one day. Who knows? But I took AJ MCKEE against John TEIXEIRA, minus 720. None of these are, you know, outlandish bets. These are all favorites. RAFAEL LOVATO Jr., it's just a slight favorite. I think he should be a little more. It's at minus 170. VETA ARTEAGA versus DENISE KIELHOLTZ. DENISE KIELHOLTZ is 4-2. 2-1. VETA ARTEAGA is 4-2, but VETA ARTEAGA has been a decision every single time She's had a lot of split decisions. She's never finished a fight. Denise KIELHOLTZ, I think, is more explosive. She's got the finishes, so I went ahead with her, just a slight favorite there. And as much as I would like to see Roger Huerta come back to form, that's a pretty tough task against Patrickky Pitbull. The only reason Roger Huerta is fighting is because somebody was injured. I can't remember who it was, but this was not the original fight. The original fight was not Patrickky Pitbull and Roger Huerta. I don't remember exactly what it was. It doesn't matter now though, because Huerta's in there. But that's why Huerta's in. But I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Like I said, I like to see that Roger Huerta's coming in. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong on the odds. Because I would like to see Roger Huerta win that fight. That's the fight I'm looking forward the most on this. AJ MCKEE, I mean, the guy's got a lot of potential. There's an argument out there right now between who will be a world champion first. Him or Aaron Pico, who Aaron Pico's fighting pretty soon himself. So, I don't know. I don't know which one of those will end up a world champion first. I think one or both of them. Probably most definitely. But, what do you guys think? Will AJ MCKEE be a world champion anytime soon? I mean, I don't know. I think he'll win the fight tonight. Like I said, I think he wins that one. There's some other good fights on here, though. I'm going to go ahead and bring up the card on Bellator here real quick. Bellator's got a lot going on right now. To be honest. So, why are we just not going to Bellator? Oh, I should have just typed in Bellator. Well, that was stupid. Just go to Bellator.com, Mike, you idiot. Jeez, what's your problem? But, so there we go. I'll bring up the card here. Prelims apparently were at 4 Pacific. The prelims never frickin' work out. Never frickin' work out. Of course, now it says watch 205 prelims. Are you kidding me? Yeah, whatever. Like I said, the main fights start here soon, so who cares? So let's bring up this main card. Now this is one of these things. A lot of people have been talking about recently that Bellator is catching up with the UFC. They're passing the UFC, and a few guys that went over to Bellator recently actually said it was a better deal. Bellator undercards suck. That's how you can tell Bellator is not at UFC level yet. I mean, even the people, I mean, look at the main event. Look at the main card. You have these two girls, 2-1 and 4-2. Bellator's definitely come a long ways, and it's come a long ways in a short amount of time. I got to give a lot of credit to Scott Coker. I just think a lot of people are, I think they're jumping ahead of themselves, saying that Bellator's taking over the UFC. They're not taking over the UFC right now. I'm not saying that they can't compete with them one day. And, I mean, they have their stars. you know, they definitely have that. And, you know, that's what's taking them right now. That's what's taking them to the next level. And, you know, speculation, having Fedor Emelianenko win, that was huge. Having this heavyweight tournament for them has been insanely huge. And I'll tell you, it all blew up just now when Fedor Emelianenko knocked out Frank Mir. What was that, like 6 weeks ago? And like 6 weeks ago, that's when it blew up. You know, and until then, the tournament was kind of boring. But let's look at tonight's card. AJ MCKEE versus John Macapa, 11-0. This is supposed to be AJ McKee's toughest test. You look at John Macapa, 21-3-2. He's got 4 knockouts. He does have 10 subs, though. So, you know, McKee's got to watch out on the ground. I don't know what his fight history was really before then. He lost to Pat. He's on a 2-fight losing streak to Pat Curran and Daniel Wichal. So, and then he'd won 4 in Bellator before that. But what's up, Robert Christian? I'm doing good, man. Life's treating me good. How about you, sir? Thanks for coming in the stream. I appreciate it. So, and AJ MCKEE, let's just take a look at his, because we don't get a whole lot of time to spend looking at Bellator all the time. 4 knockouts, 3 submissions, 4 decisions. But, I mean, he trains with some killers. He's trained with a lot of guys. He's got a lot of hype behind him. He's going places. Like I said, a lot of people think he's the next champion. I think he'll be a champion. Well, blessed. I am blessed too, sir. Absolutely. I was blessed today. I was surprised. I got a surprise check from YouTube. I wasn't expecting an AdSense check from YouTube from not having live stream last night, but I have continuing to be trying to pump out content, like interviews, fights and finishes, different things, and you guys continue to watch them. And I actually got a $206 check last month from AdSense, which I know that doesn't sound like a whole lot of money, but I could definitely use it. And the fact that I couldn't live stream the entire month was surprising. I thought it was going to be less. Rafael Lovato Jr. versus John Salter. Rafael Lovato Jr. is an undefeated prospect coming up. Any division in Bellator is shallow, it's definitely the middleweight division. I mean, after Rory, who's not really a middleweight, and Gegard Mousasi, there really is nobody. And this is what he's done in Bellator. He's won 4-0 in Bellator. No real big names in there, but he's finished 3 out of his 4 fights, though. First round TKO, of course, 13 seconds of Charles Hackman. And then he submitted Mike Rhodes, first round again. His last one out, that was an incredible fight against Gerald Harris. 33-second submission. And we could see something similar to that again today. Anything is plenty, man. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. It was definitely a great surprise to get in the mail. John Salter, now he was a former UFC veteran. We're not going to get to see his UFC stats on here, I'm sure, since this is Bellator. So, yeah, see, it's going to show his Bellator fight history. But he's on a 5-fight winning streak. He's beaten Dustin Jacoby. He submitted Kendall Grove. I don't know. I'm a little scared about my parlay already. Griffin Dahmer gang. Back with the Dahmer, huh, Stewie? No, yeah, 5 finishes in 5 fights. John Salter, you know, I can see why the odds are so close on that one. I mean, they're fairly close. Minus 170 and then plus 140, I think. Denise KIELHOLTZ versus VETA ARTEAGA. VETA ARTEAGA's she's got the more experience. Let's see how far they go. They are going to go most for fights. Most of them been in Bellator, I think. 'Cause she had 5. Oh, I was wrong. I didn't think she finished any fights. She did get one oh, it's a doctor stoppage. I forgot about that. It doesn't say that on here, but this win against Brooke Mail, that was a doctor stoppage. So it's not a knockout. It's technically a knockout, which is TKO, hence TKO. But the rest were decisions. A lot of split decisions. She lost the split decision to Anastasia Yankova. I don't know if you guys remember that one. That was actually a pretty good fight. So I don't know if I should have bet against her or not, but I just liked Denise better. She's 2-1. Watching a few of her fights, I mean, she was pretty explosive. She had a quick submission over Jessica Middleton, who's no slouch. I mean, she's got a name out there. What's up, Comedic Genius? Champ is here. What's up, Interim Champ Stewie? Are you guys gonna fight soon for the real belt? No. So then, of course, we got one to break down, and this is the one that I really wanted to watch this for. This was, you know, the big one for me. And I like AJ MCKEE, and the RAFAEL LOVATO Jr. Fight really intrigues me now too. LOVATO Jr. and John Salter. But Patrickky Pitbull, of course, has had a great history. For those of you who don't watch Bellator all the time, 19-8 out of Natal, Brazil. He's on a 3-fight winning streak. Includes Josh Thompson, Benson Henderson, and Derek Campos. And that's a hell of a 3-fight winning streak. Of course, lost to Michael Chandler. Pretty much everybody in Bellator loses to Michael Chandler. So, not a huge surprise. But, you know, he lost there. He won 2 in a row before that. He's got a knockout victory over Ryan Couture. Sayed Awad, actually a pretty good fighter out there. He's got, you know, he got a knockout over David Rickles. Second round, had a 3-fight loss streak back here. There's some tough names, though. Derek Anderson and Eddie Alvarez. Eddie Alvarez starched him. It looks like he actually lost to Chandler twice. And then, you know, came into the league beating Rob McCullough. He's been in Bellator for a long time. I have not heard the name Kurt Pellegrino in quite some time. I think that was maybe the end of Kurt's career. But, yeah, the win over Josh Thompson, that's a big one. And then Benson Henderson and Derek Campos. Those are pretty big. Those are pretty big wins. Roger Huerta, a lot of you don't know, maybe he was, I believe, the first MMA fighter to ever be on a major sports magazine cover. He's on ESPN, the magazine, and his career went downhill from then. It was like a jinx. Before Kane, this guy was the Mexican superstar. He was supposed to be the guy to represent Mexico and carry the torch. So they're only going to show his Bellator career here, which was 3 losses. But so from 2010 to 2018, I mean, he just fought Benson in April and lost. So I'm going to try to get a more comprehensive look at that. We got a pretty good look at Patricky's career because no ads. No, I do not want to watch a Hulu ad right now. You're going to get me frickin' demonetized. All right. Roger Huerta. We're starting here in about 11 minutes, too. Over there on Paramount. If you're following along on Paramount. What's up, Dutch guy? What's up, Breast Conjunction? Yeah, Mike, we're on the card of Tito versus Chuck 3. All right. I think you guys could get on that undercard. So, Roger Huerta, I'm not sure why he's not coming up here. Well, I know one way to get this for sure. So, And then we'll turn this off because I got to log in to watch the fight. The El Matador. 24-10-1. Yes. 5. So yeah, like we talked about, he lost that last one to Benson Henderson. He was over in Phoenix Fighting Championship. I mean, which was in Dubai. I'm a bit confused why Phoenix Fighting Champion. Oh, not like Phoenix, Arizona, like Phoenix the bird. Okay. Got it. And then he went over to one championship. Got a win over there, split decision, albeit, but against Adrian Pang. Had a couple more losses before that. He's just had a really, really tough go of it. Basically, ever since that Clay Guida fight that he came on the scene after beating Clay Guida. I mean, look at this guy's career. 5-0 as an amateur. He went, 6 fights. He did get his first loss in his 6th fight. That didn't seem to really push him back, though. And then you go 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Win over Leonard Garcia there. That's a big one. 21, 22, 23. So he was 23-1 after knocking off Clay Guida. I mean, and that one really put him on the map because people were really excited when he got that victory over Clay Guida. That was 11 years ago. That's insane. He had back-to-back losses to Kenny Florian and Gray Maynard. Lost a split decision to Gray Maynard. A split decision loss to a former champion was his oust of the UFC. Goes to Bellator, gets a victory over Chad Hinton on April 2012 with a knee bar. It was kind of rare back then. And then his whole world just falls apart. Pat Curran, Eddie Alvarez, War Machine of all people, and then Zorobabel Moreje. Oh, that was ONE FC. I was like, soccer kicks. Where is that? No, it was just 3 losses in a row on Bellator. Then he goes over to UWF, loses to War Machine somehow. And then to soccer kick in ONE FC, Destiny of Warriors. That's tough. And then he wins 1 in ONE FC, loses 2 more in ONE FC. They kept him around for a little while. He went 2-2. And won there. Then he went to that Phoenix Fighting Championship. Yeah, and ended up getting himself back over to Bellator. And even though he lost to Benson Henderson, sometimes you're only an injury away from getting into a big fight. And that's what happened here. So, and there we have it. Roger Huerta has a chance to shock the world for the first time in quite some time. What's up, comedic? USSR in the house. I've been studying a little bit of Russian. I've been listening to a little bit of Russian. I'm not ready to speak Russian yet, but there's so many Russian fans out there right now. So many. MMA is blowing up so much on my Facebook. My Facebook is MMA Mike because they wouldn't let me make a Facebook page called Fights with Friends because they said that's not a real person. So screw you, Facebook. But yeah, on MMA Mike, if you want to follow me over there or friend me over there, list is growing quickly. You only get 5,000 friends now, so go over to MMA Mike, follow me there, and I just post, mostly MMA BS over there. But I have fighters daily asking me, how do I get to the UFC and how do I fight? From Africa, I get a lot of messages in Russian. So it seems like I'm going to either need a translator, maybe the Russian from MMA Newsroom could help me out there. But no, yeah, a lot of guys from Africa, a lot of people from Russia asking me, how can I get to the United States and get fights? Especially in Russia and different... in Africa, different countries of Africa, ask me, and I'm connecting with promoters is what I've been doing, and then I pass their name on to a promoter. Where's 2001 Mike Jones from? Mike Jones. I don't know. Leonard Garcia and Derek Campos were from the same city. I didn't realize that. That's crazy. Yeah, I didn't even look at it. I log into my DirecTV, so I might have to get a little close to see what's going on here. My mic is like right in front of my keyboard. I really need to get up to my office. But the office is under construction because my daughter decided she wants the bigger room, which is fine. But then she had to rip all the carpeting out of the old one, and it's been a bit of a process. But she's doing a great job with it. So I'm fine with it. And it'll be great once we're there, because I just keep on collecting more memorabilia. I like Lovato versus Salter match. That's a great matchup, man. That's incredible. That could definitely kill my parlay right there. And there's a reason they made those odds close. Because they should be. You know, to be honest, they should be close, and they are. So that'll be a good one. But not to say that, you know, AJ MCKEE can't get upset by Macapa tonight. 21-3. I mean, sometimes that's a great record in MMA. Roger Huerta could definitely pull out an upset over Patrickky Pitbull. I mean, the guy, he's seen everything inside the cage. Where he is mentally right now, I don't know. I know he had some issues with, what do you call it? Issues with depression, different things there for a while. Maybe he's gotten those figured out. Mikey, how's the pimp doing with his lady friend? He is doing great. That's why he's not here right now. No, actually, he'll be walking in the door here pretty soon. But, yeah, he is kind of like on cloud nine. He's been wanting money to go to homecoming. So that boy is actually doing chores like no other right now. So I'm like, I'm gonna cash in on this whole homecoming thing. He really wants money for it. So, you know, yeah, mow the lawn, do the dishes, vacuum the floors, paint the deck, paint the house, change the roof. No, we got a new roof, but definitely been happier and more helpful around the house. So maybe he'll have to jump in on the stream. Maybe I can get him to jump in on the stream here for a little bit. I've been trying to get him to get his own YouTube channel. His girlfriend, he'll be 18 in December. God forbid she ends up being my daughter-in-law. And I don't mean that God forbid because I don't like her. I mean that as in God forbid, that's way too friggin' early. But she's an artist. She's a really good artist. So I'm probably going to hire her to make some things for my channel and for my website. So I can have my own thumbnails, different things like that. McGregor is a savage. What's up, Trevi McTrev? You didn't think he lost that press? What did you guys think about that press conference? I meant to make a video. I made a live stream of it. We did the live stream and listened to it. But I meant to make a video on who you guys thought won the press conference. And I thought Khabib resoundingly, honestly, won it. I thought that he stumped Conor on when he was talking about why are you like this in public, but when I direct message you, you're different. You know, so there was that. He talked about Conor tapping. He talked about why you got to bring 40 people with you for the bus. Why don't we just do it one-on-one? And Conor definitely had his moments, but I'm pretty sure Conor was intoxicated. I'm pretty sure Conor was very, very intoxicated. He might sell a few bottles of whiskey out of it, but Conor made a fool of himself, in my opinion. Conor didn't have his wits because he was intoxicated. What? Yeah, that was kind of my impression. I'm sorry, Trevi. I know you're a huge Conor McGregor fan, and I don't fault you for that. I thought it was, you know, I thought he did some good things there, but Khabib kept it calm. Conor made himself look like drunk clowns, as Comedic genius, agree. Yeah, I say 1-0 to Khabib, to be honest. But no feelings hurt. Are you McCrazy? No feelings hurt for the stream. I don't know if you were there watching the other day, Trev McTrev. I'm going to give away a pair of Conor McGregor gloves. These are monster gloves. These were made especially for a promo for Conor McGregor. They are not, you can see there is a signature on there, but it's one of, it's not an actual signature. It's one of the copy signature, but they are not for resale. They were very rare. If you Google Conor McGregor monster gloves, not for resale, not only will you not find these on eBay, because I looked it up, you will not find them on Google. I don't know how much they're worth or how many of these were made, but not very many. They gave one set. How I got these was Grocery Outlet. Has about 300 stores now. And they gave the promotion one set of gloves for the Monster promotion. One set. That's a pretty big grocery chain over here. Maybe some of the bigger chains got a few more. But I'm guessing there's less than 1,000 of these. That would be my guess. If they only gave Grocery Outlet one. And thank you very much, Eric, the president of Grocery Outlet, actually gave me these gloves because he knows I'm such a big MMA fan. And like I said, not for resale. But we talked to him and I said, I need to build my channel up. I need to get some attention. So we're going to give these gloves away. So they got a cool story behind them. Like I said, they're pretty rare. And there'll be some, there'll be some things coming up. The rules of how to win those, I'll go over that soon as we go through. It'll have to be somebody that's subscribed. Definitely has to be a subscriber, and it will be during the Conor versus Khabib stream. Why he was bringing his belts. He is not even the champion. I thought he was making a very nervous and had not a lot of confidence. Yeah, I thought that was strange too. I thought that was a little. To me, he really seemed out of sorts. People that shout the whole time cannot be taken seriously, anyways. How do we win them, brother? Conor brought the belts to appear to be a great champion. He never defended a belt though. And as I've mentioned before, the league he was in before the UFC, I can't remember what it was, but he actually won championship belts in 2 weight classes. Ian Brewster, former CEO of W1 MMA in Canada, is the one that brought this up to me. Is he fought in 2 weight divisions for another promotion and never defended either one of those. So it followed him over. So how we win those? It will be a prediction on the fight. So it's going to be obviously winner, and then there's gonna be some props you're gonna have to bet. You get the winner right, then it's gonna be like knockout, decision, time, and if there's a tiebreaker, I'll put all the names into a hat on camera. And I'll have Young David come over. I'll put the names in, you're going to see it. I'll have Young David come over and just reach down into the hat. And Young David or Young Becca, hopefully Young David will be around. Reach down in the hat, pull out her name, and that'll be the person that wins the gloves. So promote that for me there. I appreciate you guys promoting my videos. I can see in my analytics how many times my videos have been shared. It doesn't always tell me, where it was shared, Facebook, Twitter, whatever it was. It tells me when it was shared on YouTube, when it shares with people. And some of the videos you guys have really pushed out there, and I appreciate it. I know my name's been mentioned a few times on SureDog. You guys have represented us over there. That's a big one. MMA, Tapology. What's the other one I'm thinking of? SB Nation. All those MMA Junkie, that's what I was really trying to think of. All those are really big name sites. They get a lot of eyeballs on them, a lot of MMA fans, and it really helps out. Shout out me and Dutch Guy, the MMA Newsroom. Khabib said, "Forget Connor's whiskey. Connor would have to throw it at him, but he's on probation." Khabib doesn't drink though. What Connor did to Jose Aldo did not work on Khabib. Yeah, I firmly believe that Conor McGregor won that fight with Jose before Jose got into the cage. And honestly, I think Aldo almost retired because of it. I mean, he really mentally messed Jose Aldo up. And that's where I'm curious as to Conor's decision to not do so much promotion. Because every time he gets into a room with those guys, he makes things happen. That's his chance to get into people's heads. That's his chance to get all the fights for the gloves. No, just the predictions will be just for the Conor McGregor Khabib Nurmagomedov fight. So it'll be pick a winner. Will it be by knockout? Will it be by submission? Then you're going to pick a round and then a time. And whoever's closest will win the gloves. If there's a tie, like say 2 people, pick Conor McGregor by decision. Somehow he wins by decision. Or 6 people will put their names into a hat. Young David will draw it out, and that person will get the gloves. Cool. He's in Khabib's head deep. I don't know, Trevi. I don't know. Roger Huerta starting this one out. 17 wins by KO or submission, 12 knockouts, 5 subs. If this guy wins it, it probably will be a finish. He's got Stitch in his corner there. I'm going to let this freaking dog out because there's nobody to let him out before I start this side. Be right back, guys. And I go to grab another beer. So the El Matador versus the Pitbull. Roger Huerta is going to have to be a Matador tonight for sure. If you wrestle a bear at age 12, you don't get intimidated by some drunk Irish whiskey salesman, I think. Nice. That is comment of the night. Dutch guy, very, very well put. Now, I don't know if you guys caught on to what Conor was saying about Khabib turning his back on his people. And apparently this attack on Artem Lobov, it has some kind of political ramifications over in Russia. And Conor accused Khabib of having Vladimir Putin throw Magomedov, a fighter, in prison over political reasons. I would like to go into that more. I don't know if somebody's got a good video out there, more info on that, but that was very interesting. I mean, Conor really did his homework. That's something I will say. That part, he really did his homework. Patricky Pitbull, 19-8, 32 years old, 5'7", 156 pounds. Roger Huerta is 24-10. He's 35 now, 5'9", 156 pounds. Also, Patricky Pitbull, even though he's 2 inches shorter, will have a 3-inch reach advantage, though, 71 inches to 68. That whiskey salesman finishes fights. He does finish fights, man. He does. And as much crap as I talk about Conor McGregor, and that guy, he's never really fought anybody except for, you know, top guys. And look at the guys that he's beaten since he's been in the UFC. He's got the one loss where he kind of avenged Roger Huerta. 7 wins in the first round, 6 by knockout. So this could definitely end quickly for either one of these guys. I'm gonna get our volume up a little bit here. I don't see the connection between finishes fights and get inside someone's head, to be honest. I think with Jose Aldo, it's getting people in a different state of mind can make them more too aggressive, or it can make them apprehensive. I mean, it all depends on your fighter. And I said from the beginning, Khabib is not the kind of guy I think that you're going to get into his head. He did fight a lot of good opponents. So, all right, here we go. Patrickyi Pitbull in the white and gold. Or, excuse me, Pitbull in the red gloves and the black shorts. Huerta in the blue gloves and the gold shorts. Roger Huerta, nice body kick. Comes out southpaw. Lands a nice straight left there. Huerta will be extremely aggressive. Nice front kick to the body there from Patrickyi. Huerta throws one back. Patrickyi catches it, and Patrickyi lands a leg kick there. Nice body kick there from Huerta, and he goes for a 1-2 and misses. He is coming out aggressive, though. He lands a right hook there. Not a whole lot on it, though. Just kind of grazed Patrickyi. Leg kick lands for Huerta. This is oh! Patrickyi goes for the head kick. Good block by Huerta, but he grazed him a little bit. Nice 1-2, and that right hand from Patrickyi landed on Huerta hard. Oh, nice right hand there from Huerta. Oh, and they exchange power shots in the middle of the cage. This one could definitely be over in the first round. A nice body kick there from Huerta, but Patricky's starting to counter that body kick with a right hand over the top. And I can see that being a natural counter to the southpaw now. I'd never noticed that before. But do the math. Put two guys together. Body kick from a southpaw. Oh, nice straight left from Huerta. Oh, big right hand from Huerta. And a big left hand from Patrickyi. Oh, right on the button from Patrickyi. Left hand goes for a... Oh, big left hand and a big right hook from Patrickyi. And a right hook for Huerta. They are warring. Another straight ran for Huerta. And he is rushing in. He gets caught with a right hand and a left hook coming in. Body kick Huerta. Right hook Huerta. Huerta is coming in reckless and he's landing shots. A nice left hand there for Patrickyi. These guys are battling. Body kick lands again for Huerta. Less than halfway through this first round, there's been more action than we see in a lot of fights recently. Oh, flying knee from Patrickyi. He misses it, and Huerta lands a right hand. Nice 1-2 there, lands from Patrickyi, and I think some blood just came out of Huerta's nose. Oh, good job. Huerta fakes the body kick there, goes to the right hand, misses them both. Patrickyi with a body kick, not a whole lot on it, though. Inside leg kick for Patrickyi that lands. And then he catches Huerta's leg kick. Doesn't do anything with it, but he did catch it. Huerta switched back to orthodox for just a moment. Now switches back to southpaw. Oh, lands a right hook and a big straight left over the top. And that's got Patricky's left eye swelling up. He's got some big swelling after that punch immediately. Nice body kick there from Huerta. A little over a minute and a half in the first round left. Huerta's got Patrickyi up against the fence. He throws a 1-2 and misses. This is Huerta's time. The first round, this is where he finishes guys. Big right hook for Huerta. Oh, and and counter right for Huerta. Straight left and a right hook for Huerta. Big right hook for Huerta. And Patrickky lands a right hook. And these guys are landing bombs. Flying knee lands for Patrickky. And blood shoots from Roger Huerta's nose. And Huerta says, bring it. Big left hook and a right hand from Roger Huerta. Roger Huerta is ready to go. Big left hook, right hand, and a big left hook for Roger Huerta. He gets the right hand on the way. A big left hook and a right hook for Huerta. Right hand on the temple for Huerta. Huerta might have him hurt. This would be a huge upset. Big left hook for Roger Huerta. Patrickky Pitbull, a minus 1,300 favorite. And who was that? Was said that they put some money on Roger Huerta. Man, they wouldn't even let me do a parlay on him because he was a minus 840 or plus 845. He lands a 1-2. Finally, Patricky's gonna go for the takedown and gets it. That was smart. And Huerta landing elbows from the bottom, though. He's got very good elbows from the bottom. One of the very few guys you'll ever see that has effective ground and pound from the bottom. A couple elbows there at the end from Patrickky. And that was certainly Roger Huerta's round. Kamik says, I got the upset. When Aldo was being introduced by Bruce Buffer during his fight with Conor, he looked very nervous. Huerta, yo, Mike, how to watch the fight? It's on Paramount, man. Patrick will tag him and win this. Patrickky. We'll see. I got to let the dog back in now. 1 second.
VETA ARTEAGA loves fighting at home. She is 3-0 here at the CenturyLink Arena. One fight she won as an amateur, but tonight she is looking for another win on her record in front of hundreds of family and friends in attendance tonight. But her opponent tonight, 5-time kickboxing world champion Denise KIELHOLTZ, is not going to make it easy for her. VETA says she likes.
I got some jealous animals. They're jealous of this computer, of the keyboard and the microphone. As every time they know I'm doing something over here, streaming, the cat will come over and jump up on the keyboard sometimes. The dog will start barking. And here we go, round 2. Body kick lands for Roger Huerta. Oh, big right hook for Huerta. And another straight right for Huerta. Now remember, oh, another big right hand for Huerta. Big right hand and a body kick. Another body kick. Now, spinning back fist for Roger Huerta goes for it and misses. Another body kick for Huerta. Oh, big left hook for Patrickky Pitbull, though. And hammer fist, and he might be out. Big hammer fist here from Patrickky Pitbull. Roger Huerta's back up. Roger Huerta picks up Patricky's head and picks him down. He doesn't know where he's at. Flying knee, big right uppercut, and that is it. Patrickky Pitbull with the second round knockout. Coming back after that first round. And Roger Huerta very upset over there in the corner. He really thought he had this. That's been one of the big things with Patrickky, with Huerta, though, that if he doesn't get you in the first round, he's known to tire. And known to get finished quickly in the second. I thought about that, but I baited on it. Damn it. Man, I can't watch. Oh, that sucks. Sorry, man. Let me see what I can find for you. I thought it was on DAZN also. Can't you get like a 7-day free trial of DirecTV Now or something? I don't know. I wish you could sign on to more than one DirecTV Now account at a time. I'd give you my username and password, but and then change it afterwards. But I think it might be on DAZN too. And they are in Boise, Idaho again. Boise getting their second big card in not too long. I just went to UFC Boise with Junior Dos Santos. That was a great card. Now Bellator's there. And this looks like a good card. That was an incredible first fight. That was awesome. Even though it only lasted the second round, I was very happy. Now, it might not have ended the way that I thought it would, but it ended, or that I wanted it to, but it ended the way I thought it would. So, it is what it is, and that is one win down on my parlay. 3 to go, $57,000 to make $100,000. I just wish it was real money. Yeah, I'm not finding a lot of live streams. It was just the prelims, man. Sorry. What a fight. That was a hell of a fight, man. That's how Patrickky did my boy Combos. Yeah, he's a beast, man. He is a beast for sure. Roger used to be really good. Yeah, he did. He's very good, and then something went south mentally. I'm not sure what it is. He's 35 now. I don't see him making a comeback. That's 1 out of 4. Yep. Quincy, yeah, 1998. Reddit on black and white TV. Oh, damn. Pitbull always wins, dude. Yeah, he does. Yeah, he's pretty damn good. He is pretty damn good. I was pretty happy to see him on this one. Steroids, duh. Oh, you think Huerta hasn't touched a couple steroids, and there's the advertisement for Alexander Povetkin, Anthony Joshua. I will be doing a live fight companion on that one. That one's going to actually be tomorrow. Oh, is that tomorrow at 3 p.m. Pacific? I got to look that up. Is that only on DAZN? I thought it was on Showtime. Someone knows anything. I thought Anthony Joshua had a contract with Showtime. Next week, Gegard Mousasi versus Rory McDonald and Rampage Jackson versus Wanderlei Silva 4, and introducing the welterweight World Grand Prix. All of this starting at 7 p.m. next week. That one's going to be awesome. I was watching the stare down with Wanderlei Silva, and he was going old school. You guys know those guys have fought 3 times. Wanderlei beat him twice in Pride. Bellator Rampage came back and knocked Wanderlei out later in the UFC. But Wanderlei looked like the old Wanderlei. That's what I'm saying. The Huerta used to be on roids. I'm pretty sure he is again. He lost from Chandler, Alvarez, Derek Anderson, and Marcy Held, dude. Yeah, but he lost the tough guys. Trevi, you a Jones fan? Yeah. Damn, I don't. So Paramount. Oh, I don't see Paramount on Sling. Oh, that sucks. But Gustafson is my 205, but of course I love Jones. I like watching John Jones fight. I mean, I used to be a fan. He's just messed up so many times now. It's like, and most wins by knockout, Bellator history, but Patrickky Pitbull just broke the record for most knockouts in Bellator history with 9. That says 2 things. That shows you how early we are in the history of Bellator, and also shows you the Patrickky Pitbull. That dude is a monster. He came back from some shots. Huerta definitely had him hurt that first round. He was about to finish him before Patrickky went for that takedown and got it. But that's the thing. People know if Huerta's going to get you, it's most likely going to be in the first round. If you can weather the storm of the first round in the first maybe minute and a half of the second round, which he did, he's susceptible. He runs out of steam. Yeah, he's a cheater juicer. Yeah, you can't say much against that. That's for sure. The cops are just racist, guys. Jones is a saint. I love you, Travi. Oh, that's hilarious. What's up, Dean? Dean's in the house. I was hoping you seen my video. I didn't get have a chance to message. Glad you're here. You sound as racist. Oh God, Trevi. Yeah, right, brother. Well, thanks for coming in, Dean. I got my 3 mods in the building. 3 of the 4. I don't know what Cap's doing lately, but I know he's working with the Steelers, so hopefully we hear from him soon. He got that job from Mike Tomlin with the Steelers. I don't know what it is exactly he's doing because he didn't know quite yet when I talked to him before he went, but I know he's busy. Hopefully he's watching along somewhere though. He's probably holding footballs today for games on Sunday. The mean of Dean, or Dean of mean, whatever. Yep. Remember him, the Dean of mean, Keith Jardine. The Dean of mean, Dean Hamper. 3 mods in the building, but Volcon left it. What have I missed? You missed just the first fight, but it was a good back and forth between Patrickky Pitbull and Roger Huerta. Huerta almost finished in the first round. They both landed big shots. But about a minute into the second round, Patrickky caught him with a big uppercut and ended it. So Patrickky Pitbull knocked him out in the second round. His 9th knockout in Bellator. He broke the record for most knockouts in the history of Bellator with that win. He had no time. Yeah, I mean, so, Dutch guy or anybody else, and I'm curious, what do you guys think about that? The most interesting thing that I took out of the Conor McGregor, Khabib Nurmagomedov press conference, besides I'd like to know a little bit more what they're talking about politically with Vladimir Putin putting somebody in jail, is that Dana White said 100% John Jones would not fight at UFC 230. Then he did an interview on ESPN right afterwards and said that John Jones would fight in 2019. So I'm at a little bit of a loss as to who the main event will be. Streaming live on DAZN, Gegard Mousasi versus Rory McDonald, Rampage versus Silva 4, Douglas Lima versus Andre Koreshkov, Aaron Pico comes back against Leandro Higo. That is an incredible card, as good a card as Bellator has ever had. Rampage Jackson and Vanderlei Silva, over 100 fights between the two, and they cannot stand each other. This is the 4th time that they'll fight each other. Vanderlei beat Rampage twice in Pride. Rampage avenged the loss in the UFC with the first round knockout. At the weigh-in, Vanderlei looked like the old Vanderlei. He had the stare down. He was really into it. He was up in Rampage's face. Not the weigh-in, press conference, excuse me. Rampage has kind of seemed like a guy that really has not had that killer instinct for a while. I don't know if he's just showing up for a paycheck. They showed his weight is 265. So, I mean, I know they haven't weighed in yet, but when they listed it, it said Rampage 265, Vanderlei 230. So I don't know if that's the last fight Rampage, last weight he fought at, but if he's 265, he's very out of shape. Of course, Dean, thanks for coming in. Did you guys think Bucks quarterback Fitzpatrick looked like Conor last week? I didn't really notice. Next fight up, KIELHOLTZ versus Ortega. I don't believe Dana White anymore. No, he purposely puts things out there. He'll purposely say things like that, I know, to throw people off. Because there's so many people out there trying to break stories before he does. And, of course, myself, I came out and said that Jon Jones would be the main event in UFC 230. I've been saying I thought that for over a month, way before they had the press conference. And then after Jon Jones's suspension was said to be over October 28th, just 5 days before UFC 230, I said now is all they have to do is find his opponent. I think that still might be the case, to be honest. Yeah, but better with a beard, says Robert Christian. His beard is weird. MGK. MGK, Machine Gun Kelly, huh? Those guys have been battling back and forth like fighters, only in lyrics. That's been really interesting. I got to admit, I haven't paid attention to that some. And I find it very interesting. That Rap Devil song, I think, is really the only good song that I've heard Machine Gun Kelly ever write, though. And like Eminem said, it probably took him the whole summer to write it. So, since you brung it up, Comedic Genius, I know this is an MMA site, and people always get at me talking about things other than MMA, but there's a whole world out there. I listened to MMA Junkie Radio today, and they went 45 minutes without talking about MMA. That I thought was a bit much. But Khabib's people moved to Russia after the Yugoslavia split back in the day. The Russians are mostly Christian, and Khabib's people are Muslim, so politically sketchy as goes down. Huh. But he has enough connection to Vlad. Do you know anything about him telling Vladimir Putin to put somebody in prison, though? That sounds pretty intense. I just think Dana waits until the hype of 229 is over and then announces the main event of 230 with Juice Boy. Watching on DANZ. Oh, nice. It is on DANZ now. I didn't know if... I thought the first one they were streaming was going to be next week. So, sweet. You got the free trial, I'm guessing, Quincy? Is it a 7 or is it a 30-day trial? Did it say? I'm curious because looks like I'm going to be getting that trial for the Anthony Joshua and Povetkin fight. How is that not on Showtime, though? Because of the weird time, I guess? I will say I am looking forward to Anthony Joshua versus Alexander Povetkin. I also think Anthony Johnson is scared to death to fight Tyson Fury or Deontay Wilder. I think as far as boxing's concerned, Deontay Wilder's the baddest man on the planet.
Make that 2 more plans, sweetie. Let us help with your plan.
We can do that. Sounds like a plan.
First thing that comes up is theazn.com. I really thought it was on Showtime, though. I thought Anthony Johnson had a deal with Showtime. Huh. Well, then. It looks like Anthony Johnson explains why he spurred Showtime for DAZN. I want to know how much they paid him. Oh, my God. VETA Arteaga versus Denise KIELHOLTZ next. As I was talking to everybody earlier, Dean, I made a little bit of a parlay. I took the rest of Jon Jones's money, and I'll bring up the bets here and show you what I did here.
The striking ability of Miss Dynamite, Denise KIELHOLTZ, and so far, so good in the Bellator cage as a professional.
I'll show you what I did because I like this. I got to log in here. But I'm gonna bring it up here. Let's go Sportsbook MMA.
In Budapest, she had an opponent change, Big John, 1 week prior to the fight. She did. In fact, she had 3 opponent changes, and finally one girl stepped up wanting to fight her. And you look at what she did.
All right.
So fast and so good with her kickboxing that sometimes she'll get lost in there as far as trying to look for the knockout.
Okay, I'm gonna bring it up here, and I'll show you what we're all looking at, and the score, and the whole fight card is also in the description. I gotta be on Bellator. Here we go. Well, so here's what I did. AJ MCKEE versus John TEIXEIRA. I did a 4-way parlay, and I said if you took $57,000, which is what would have been left over, or what we would have won from the John Jones thing, from 205 to 262. 57,000 wins $100,000. And I gotta turn down the music or I'm gonna get demonetized. Sorry. RAFAEL LOVATO. I picked him over John Salter. AJ MCKEE over John TEIXEIRA. PATRICKY Pitbull over Roger Huerta. And I picked, who was it? It was whoever the favorite was. It was DENISE, right? Yeah, I picked DENISE. DENISE KIELHOLTZ, 2-1 over ARTEAGA, which is this next fight coming up now. So, I forgot to transition over. That doesn't help you very well. Anyways, here it is. If you're on my bookie, I don't know if you guys can see it, but here it is. If you put $57,000 on that 4-man parlay, it would win you $100,000. So it's all favorites, but RAFAEL LOVATO is just a slight favorite at minus. It's minus 160 now. It was minus 180 when I put it down. Those odds are moving closer John Salter's way. AJ MCKEE still a big favorite. So I've won 1 of 4 already. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with the rest of them. But now I'm interested. I'm vested. I just wish that it was a real $57,000 I'd won yesterday. VETA ARTEAGA, 4-2, 30 years old, 5-4, 125 pounds. DENISE KIELHOLTZ, 29 years old, 2-1, 5-2, but she has a 2-inch reach advantage, 62 over 64. I think it's 7. That sucks. It is $9.99 a month. It's going to end up getting added to my frickin' bill. DENISE KIELHOLTZ, 2-1, 1 submission, kickboxing record of 47-3 for knockouts. And that's one of the reasons that's one of the reasons that I took her there, was because of her kickboxing record in the past. And her opponent always goes to decision. She's 4-2, but the only time she hasn't gone to decision was a doctor stoppage. It says 1 knockout, but it was a technical knockout. It was a doctor stoppage on a cut. So yeah, I'm interested to see the exact political situation, but I could guess. Dutch girl is cute. I got KIELHOLTZ, RAFAEL, and MCKEE for $75. Oh, did you lay that bet, that parlay? Nice, man. So Rogan's telling me that if you're in the United States now, that you can go to mybookie.com from any state and bet. So I'm going to have to check out to see if he's actually telling the truth. So whatever you guys donate to me in my PayPal, I will bet on fights. How about that? Otherwise, my wife will kill me if I bet much else. KIELHOLTZ gets a takedown, but ARTEAGA's got her back. KIELHOLTZ turns it around quickly, and she's back up. she seems to want to keep it standing. Of course, the kickboxer for so many years, yeah, she's going to want to keep it standing. She does have a submission. Oh, nice 1-2. Another nice 1-2 there from KIELHOLTZ. Denise KIELHOLTZ. And like I said, I took Denise because the incredible... Oh, big right hand and a left hook from KIELHOLTZ. The incredible kickboxing record and the fact that her opponents never finished a fight. Oh, huge power shots from KIELHOLTZ. Straight lefts and right hooks there. That was mad dangerous. Oh, Mikey, those Kano Kalabib. Let's talk Tony versus Pettis. That's going to be another good one, man. That's going to be another good one for sure. Presson and ARTEAGA just pushing Denise up against the fence there. Oh, Denise goes for a judo throw there. Misses, but she turns ARTEAGA away on the fence and lands a big left hook, and she's out. She is landing some impressive striking in this round. Oh, and a 1-2. Oh, big right hand lands for KIELHOLTZ. ARTEAGA comes out, tries to throw some punches, but she just... There is a huge speed gap between her and Denise KIELHOLTZ. You can tell that immediately. Speed and accuracy. 50 kickboxing matches. You don't make that up overnight. If she can't take her down, she's going to be in for a long night or a short night. Nice body kick from ARTEAGA, but a 1-2 lands for KIELHOLTZ there. And there, ARTEAGA is going to go for that takedown. She's going for the double leg. So far, oh, great takedown defense there from KIELHOLTZ. Not even close. And she gets ARTEAGA's back standing. ARTEAGA grabs KIELHOLTZ's wrist, pulls her off, and KIELHOLTZ lands that left hook again on the way out. You can tell she knows what's going on. And next week, as they're advertising, of course, only live on DAZN, and here I will be doing the Fight Companion, the beginning of the Welterweight Grand Prix. Douglas Lima versus Alex Koreshkov. And then, of course, you have Rory McDonald versus Gegard Mousasi, and Rampage Jackson versus Vanderlei 4. That is, like I said, as good a card on paper that as Bellator has ever put on. And they exchange right hands in the middle of the cage. And Denise lands a big left hook there. Agate's boxing's not bad for facing somebody with so many kickboxing matches. She's not doing a bad job. She goes for the single leg, and Denise immediately takes her down and ends up on top. ARTEAGA going for a submission there. Denise just picks her up in the air and slams her, lands a couple of right hands, and they're back on their feet. Denise KIELHOLTZ is dominating ARTEAGA in every facet of the game. 4 minutes into the first round. There's a leg kick for ARTEAGA. But, yeah, the Dutch girl is dominating the fight. Dutch guy. Oh, big right hand for ARTEAGA, though, and another big right hook. She showed some powers on. She really cracked her with 2 hard shots there. And like we said, Denise said she's 47-3 in kickboxing. All 3 losses by decision. So 50 kickboxing matches. She never got knocked out. I really don't think ARTEAGA is going to knock her out. MMA obviously is different than striking, as a lot of people find out. Nice inside leg kick lands there for Denise. And a nice straight left lands for ARTEAGA. Just a few seconds. ARTEAGA goes for another takedown, lands a right hook, but nothing on the takedown. And that's going to be the end of the first round. What's up? 7 is in the house. This is going to be over soon. Hey, what's up, 7? What's going on, man? Glad to see you here. Well, this is... Just getting home, hoping to see some good fights. Next two will be good, I hope. Yeah, I was just showing. I just did a parlay for the first time. Not a real fight parlay, but what I did was on the press conference yesterday. I don't know if you've seen the video I did where if you took, I said, let's spend John Jones's money and bet $205,000 on prop bets for the UFC press conference. So if that had been real money, I would have won $57,000, put us at $262. So I took that $57,000, put it in a 4-person parlay on my bookie, and it says 57,000 wins 100 grand. And I'm up 1. Patrickky Pitbull was my first pick. He won. I got Denise KIELHOLTZ on this one. She won the first round pretty well. I'm pretty confident in her so far here. See, Putin is against the Socialist EU and Connors from Ireland, who remains independent from the UK, unlike Scotland, North Ireland, and Wales. Connor is an American-style capitalist. It's good to know. I gave up on parlays. Where's last? I don't know. I won all my money on if he talked about his whiskey. It's Connor, not Connor. Yeah, he definitely talked about the whiskey. We all knew that was coming. That was just free money. Well, and the 10 swear words. I don't think he quite made it to 30. I predicted 30. I think he was like 22, 23. But Edgets goes for the takedown there again. KIELHOLTZ tying her up. Nice knee to the body there from Denise KIELHOLTZ. These guys have slowed down the pace quite a bit here, though. Comedic wanted to talk about Pettis. Oh, big right hook from Denise on the way out of that, though. Comedic wanted to talk about Pettis versus Tony Ferguson. I'm a little surprised that's not that's Anthony Pettis, honestly. Oh, big right hands. They exchanged big right hands, and Denise lands big right. Oh, and ATS has got Denise up in the air, up against the cage, and slams her. She's got her down. That's the first takedown for ATS. 3 minutes left in the second round. And she's inside Denise KIELHOLTZ's guard. So Denise won the first round. If ATS could win the second, oh, and ATS or Denise going for an armbar. She's got kind of a weird angle armbar choke. This is like the strangest north-south you'll ever seen, but it really looked like Denise was eating her you-know-what there for a minute. Denise KIELHOLTZ back on top there. I've been told I got to be a little bit more family-friendly for the advertisers. Trying to court some advertisers. So, oh, and ATS just got Denise's back. She just flipped her over, and she's got hooks in. She's stretching her out. Oh, this could ruin my parlay here. Oh, Denise gets up, though. Nice right hand from ATS on the way back up. They're up against the fence. ATS just still got the clinch, but that's important. Denise got to her feet, lands a left hook and a right hand, and she's out. And that is good news for her. She does not want to be underneath ATS. Yeah, that was quite the interesting position. A minute 40 left in the second round. Nice leg kick and a right hand behind it there for Denise. That you see those low leg kicks coming all the time, and I've talked about the right hand over the top being the counter for the left leg kick, but how many people are really setting down on combos with it? Most people are just landing the leg kick, and then that's it. Denise goes for the takedown now. KIELHOLTZ, so when she gets it, ATS goes for the guillotine, but nothing there. And she slams her down. ATS does a good job of getting back up. Oh, and she's sinking in the guillotine again. Oh, and this may be deep. Referee really looking. I believe Denise's elbow may be in there. It's a weird angle. Oh. She's not letting go. She's got that pretty deep. Denise might be close to tapping it. She tapped it, and that is it. AJS with the standing guillotine submission. And she pulls off the upset, the first submission of her career. And this crowd is on their feet here in Boise, Idaho. I'll tell you, I've never seen a stadium run on a beer, Budweiser beer, so fast as Boise. They literally ran out of Budweiser beer before the end of the first fight. They had other beer, they had wine, they had whiskey, they had other things. But I have never seen a crowd consume alcohol the way those Boise boys do. So my parlay is dead. I'm glad it wasn't real money, I guess, because VETA ARTEAGA gets her first career submission. 5-2 now with 1 knockout and 1 submission. Damn, you should have said enough to buy a bottle. Oh, whoa, upset. There goes my money. That's my main newsroom. And that's why I don't bet for real. Mostly just because I can't afford to lose any money. When I have a little more next year, I might put some money down on some Bellator cards. UFC cards, very hard to call. That wasn't very, very even odds, though. And so you can see that's what happens. And we may see that with RAFAEL LOVATO Jr. versus John Salter is also very pretty close odds. And the odds have been moving in favor of John Salter. When I looked at the beginning of the day today, RAFAEL LOVATO Jr. was a -180 favorite. When I looked about 3 hours ago, he was a -170 favorite. When I looked right before the event, he was a -160 favorite. So that means that money is coming in on John Salter. Somebody thinks they know something. Now, John Salter wasn't really able to parlay. He's a good wrestler. He wasn't really able to parlay that into a great career over in the UFC. Next up, 2 straight killers. Good job, ARTEAGA. Yeah, that was a great submission. Even though, like I said, it screws up my parlay, good for her. Congratulations, ARTEAGA. That was really nice. And that's, you know, I see people doing a lot of sloppy guillotines. Honestly, that's the first time I think I've seen someone land a standing guillotine on a decent fighter in a while. But that's what happens. I mean, she's a kickboxer, so, and the submissions do come. 2 straight killers up next. And you guys that are watching Paramount Network after this, Creed, that's a great movie, by the way. Creed 2's coming out soon. How in the hell does Sage Northcutt not get the job of Drago's son, though? Drago's son's supposed to be in Creed 2, and Sage Northcutt tried out for it. He's only 20 years old. I'm guessing he just must not have the acting down. But, I mean, he looks exactly like him. I seen him, they dressed him up, you know, did all his makeup and spiked his hair up and stuff. I mean, he looked like Drago. Or like you would assume that Drago's son would look. Should keep an eye on the Khabib versus Conor match. Watch the odds changing closer to September 7th. They've already moving. They're already, money's coming in on Conor. They were -230, I want to say about 3 weeks ago. Khabib was a -230 favorite. Now he's a -180. So they continue to move. And we should do, we should look at, I should actually look it up right now and see if it's changed. And that should be an ongoing conversation in the streams. This is a really good, it's a really good example to study how odds move in Vegas. Or around the world, I should say. I mean, in the United States, Vegas has been the only place for quite some time. But let's see, Odd Shark. Betting, and there we go. It is moving closer and closer. Odd Shark has it minus 150 now for Khabib, plus 140 Conor. That's moved from minus 230 all the way to minus 150 now. That is a huge move. A lot of confident Irishmen, I guess. So, or people just seeing that the odds were big. Arteaga is tough. Yeah, she is. Damn. What a great win. Oh, I didn't realize she was from Boise, Idaho. I might not have bet against her if I knew that. Some tough SOBs in Boise. Some tough cowboys and girls over there. It's not a city you want to go into a bar that you don't know and start talking some smack for sure. Nice people over there. I've spent some good time around there in Boise, but tough people. You know, you got some farm boys and girls. You got some people that they're not exactly city boys. They're not a big city yet, and it's a different kind of dude. They like to drink their beer and they like to fight. And man, were they intoxicated at the UFC Fight Night Dos Santos. But it was a hell of a lot of fun. I can't wait to make it back there. I got a good friend over there. Hopefully next time we'll take the family down. Last time I left them at home and went by myself. No. So here's the schedule coming up on Bellator. September 29th, Masasi McDonald, Rampage versus Vanderlei 4, of course, on DAZN. Then October 12th, you got Mitrione versus Bader, the next round of the Heavyweight World Grand Prix. The day right after, on October 13th, you're going to have Fedor versus Sonnen. So 2 days in a row. November 16th, we'll have Patricky's brother, the other Pitbull, versus Sanchez for the Featherweight World title. And then on November 30th, Melvin Manhoff comes back. And December 15th, finally, to Honolulu, Hawaii, for Lyoto Machida versus Rafael Carvalho. So Lyoto Machida already getting a title shot, I believe that is. I knew this was the right place for him to be at this point in his career. And that's something I say a lot of people have been saying. Gegard Mousasi and Roy McDonald actually just came out recently and said Bellator is catching the UFC. And a lot of people are saying that. The point that I brung up is, look at their prelim cards. Look at how deep you have fights, 10, 12 fights deep in the UFC. John Salter tied for most wins by submission, tied for third, actually, for most wins by submission in that weight class in Bellator. It's a good match coming up. Yeah, it should be a really good match. 2 good matches. Rafael Lovato Jr. versus John Salter. But yeah, a lot of good matches coming up on Bellator too. But after they get through, October, they only have so many stars, and a lot of them are aging UFC guys. So that's why it's a good thing. They have been paying dividends. Scott Coker's a freaking genius. They went out there, they paid Aaron Pico, they gave him a development contract, paid him to train in college. They did something similar with AJ MCKEE. They've been touting him. He's 17-0. I think he'll be a world champion. He's definitely got a good shot at it. Of course, he'll be up there soon. And they've been giving a lot of support to Rafael Lovato Jr., who's next. Sage must be a bad actor, says Jason. But if you didn't grow up in acting, though, I mean, who could act at 20 years old, honestly? I mean, I try to think about myself at 20 years old. And to be honest, I was a complete jackass. So, I mean, good for him for being as successful as he is. I mean, I don't know who the guy is that tried out, but yeah, he definitely really does look like Draco. How did Bellator get a fight card in Hawaii and the UFC couldn't? I don't know, man. I don't know. Especially, you guys see that BJ Penn is coming back. And I did not want to see BJ Penn come back, but I like the matchup that he's coming back for against Ryan Hall, because Ryan Hall is a jiu-jitsu guy. He's a jiu-jitsu expert, so he's not a guy that's really going to hurt. You know, I think that's really going to hurt BJ. He's 6-1. He's lost the decision. He's got 2 knockouts, 2 submissions, and 2 decisions. So he does have some submissions. But if you guys don't know who Ryan Hall is from the BJJ game, I believe he was a world champion. And the guy's got sick BJJ. So, yeah, BJJ black belt, 3-time ADCC vet, and no gi grappling. And that translates over great, obviously, to MMA. And Ryan Hall says he's not the least bit afraid of BJ Penn's grappling. BJ Penn has MMA grappling, but Ryan Hall's been doing the no-gi grappling. I mean, that's the closest transition to MMA. Actually, Eddie Bravo's new series is the closest transition to MMA that you're going to get. What he's been doing is, it's called combat jiu-jitsu. So it's no-gi jiu-jitsu. And then open palm strikes are legal. So you have some of the greatest jiu-jitsu experts out there, and they can hit each other. They can basically slap each other and palm each other. As long as it's an open hand strike, it's okay. So I think that's very interesting. It's all about the money, Stutchka. Yep, nobody likes Dana. BJ, the punching bag Penn. That's why I'm happy to see him going against a BJJ guy. Ryan Hall, the leg lock wizard. Yeah, he is. He's definitely a leg lock specialist. You guys nailed it. That guy, John Salter versus Rafael Lovato Jr. We're at the co-main event already. And as I was saying before, if there's one division that's the weakest in Bellator, after you get through like the top 3 guys, it's the middleweight division. So Rafael Lovato Jr., I mean, you know, with a few wins, he could get himself into a title shot fairly quickly. 7 of 8 wins by knockout or submission, 5 in the first round. But these are pretty close odds. Like I said, John Salter, he comes to fight. He is mic drop. He is certainly a game opponent. You able to get those ribs apart okay? Awesome. Oh, thank you. I started making my famous ribs at boiling, but I didn't get home in time to finish them. So I left them boiling and left the rest of the work for the wife.
There was only like 4.5 ribs in there, though.
The wife and David. Is that it?
Yeah.
Well, you can make another one.
No, it's too late. We'll have 1 rib each. I got 2 loaves of bread and a bunch of potatoes.
Well, it's the same size package as the last time. All right. All right. Anyways, you guys get to hear our dinner conversation. When are you moving to the upstairs studio? Rebecca, I think Rebecca's just about done. John Salter currently on a 7-fight win streak, 2 knockouts and 5 subs. So my daughter has, she's pretty much gotten all of her stuff moved out of the office, I believe. She's pretty close. She's been sleeping in there, though. She's got it pretty much moved out of her other room. She decided she wanted the bigger bedroom, which was fine. But now I've had to wait for her to pull everything out. Then she decided she wanted to pull the carpet. So I'm not sure how far we are away. But Dean says, hi, Cassandra, Young David, and Rebecca, if you're there.
Rebecca's never here.
Huh. Cassandra says, Rebecca's never here. She says hi, though. David said hi a minute ago, I think. So, and he's got to be up talking to the girlfriend, I'm sure. Which you guys need to give him a ton of crap if I can get him in here on the stream. Hey, David. Hey, young David. Yeah, he's going to be deaf to anything I say. He's pretty much stays on FaceTime with his girlfriend, but as long as we will let him. Hey, everybody wants to see you on the stream. They wanted you to ask you some questions. Oh, let's see. Let's see. Oh, you got to get in there. Hey, okay. Oh, go to my left. This way. I think. Oh no, it's backwards. I'm sorry. There you go. You're going. Go more to the right. So how's it going with the new girlfriend? We got homecoming coming up. What's that, David?
That's about what I figured it was.
That did not last long, apparently. Hey, young David, can you grab me a beer, please?
Yeah.
Thank you, son.
Sleeping with her on the phone.
Dean said, oh, God. Oh, he's getting very nervous now. He doesn't even want to come on the camera to give him my beer. Young Casanova, says Dean. What minute are you on, Trev? I'll let you know here in a minute. Proud of you, young David. I'll let you know as soon as the fight starts here, so we can sync up, Trevi. Right now, they are announcing Rafael Lovato Jr. on mine. I think I'm completely live. I don't think mine's froze at all. So this DirecTV now, at least on the PC, it's much better than it was when it first started. John Salter, all 15 wins by knockout or submission, 12 in the first round. Jeez, Rafael Lovato Jr. could be in trouble tonight. Mark Smith, the referee. And speaking of referees, it'd be interesting to see how long it is before Herb Dean gets back in there. I don't know if you guys were able to catch that late stoppage in the CB Dalloway fight, but reminiscent of Mura Yamasaki. Here we go, first round. Nice low leg kick there from Salter, the southpaw, in the red gloves. Lovato Jr. in the blue gloves. Lovato sporting like a Vitor Mohawk looking kind of thing. Nice low leg kick there for John Salter. And Lovato, like I said, lands a big right hand. He's looking knockout. He's got a lot. Like I said, he's got first round finishes in his first 8 fights. Nice low leg kick there for Salter. Nice combination from Salter there. Right hook and a straight left. He's a crafty guy. Another low leg kick there from Salter. So we'll see. Lovato lands that side leg kick to the knee. That kick that's become so controversial. Still within the rules. Oh, big right hook from Salter, and Lovato he lands a big right hook, and they're warned with big shots in the middle of the ring. Sorry, Trevi, I forgot. I'm going to tell you when I'm at 340. 340 right now. CB has always been Bellator type of guy, in my opinion. Yeah, I think the game kind of passed him up, honestly. Nice front kick to the body there from Lovato. Oh, nice combination there from Salter, though. Straight right, left hook, and a right hand. Salter, the one moving forward now, lands the low leg kick. Lovato content to sit back and wait for the counter. Lands a nice straight right there from the backhand. 2 minutes, a little over 2 minutes into this first round, right and left hook there lands for Salter. And kind of hard to call this first round so far. Body kick lands there for Lovato Jr. Of course, we're all hoping that we don't have to go to those 3 blind men in the seats. Left hook and straight right there for Lovato Jr. Halfway through the first round now. Big low leg kick. Oh, another one there from John Salter right after I said it. Those could pay dividends. That'll take your power away. Even when you don't see fights finishes because of leg kicks, even if it doesn't knock a guy down, a lot of times it takes their power away. Nice left hook from Lovato Jr. He goes for a flying knee and misses. And I'll tell you right when I'm at 2 minutes, Travie McTrav, I'm at 2 minutes of the first round. Right, 2 minutes left now. Oh, head kick. Lovato Jr. goes for the head kick. Good block there from Salter. Lovato throwing a lot of high kicks. There's a front kick towards the face there, misses. Oh, nice right hook from Salter. He ducks underneath Lovato's hook and gets in and out. Crafty is the first word that comes to mind for John Salter's performance so far, this first 3.5 minutes. Nice side kick to the knee, and he blocks Lovato's right hook, lands a right hook of his own. So I am very impressed with his fight IQ so far in this fight. They go into the clinch up against the fence. Salter pushing Lovato Jr. up against the fence. They exchange knees. Oh, nice elbow out of the break there from Lovato there. Minute left in the first round. Lovato goes for that front kick to the face again. Misses. Oh, Salter lands the leg kick, and Lovato lands that right hand counter over the top. Oh, nice right hook there from Salter. Right hook and a left hook from Salter. He might have shook Lovato a little bit. And he lands a nice inside leg kick and then an outside. Lovato Jr. with a right hook. Lovato looks like he's okay, but Salter really tagged him. So, 20 seconds left in this first round. And we'll see. This has been a pretty close round. We'll see if anybody does something to try to steal it. I could see somebody going for a takedown in the last few seconds. And that 10-second little stick just went off. Somebody's got to try to do something here. And Lovato tries to come in. Salter lands a right hook. I would say Salter first round. I don't know how you guys scored it. How did you guys score that fight? I got this 10-9 John Salter. So, Salter's corner giving him a lot of information. He seems to be taking it all in. You can really tell, usually, not all the time, but you can usually tell when a guy's really focused on to what his corner's saying or when he's just blowing him off. And Salter really seems to be looking to his corner. And like I said, I mean, you know, he seems very technical tonight. He seems to have a game plan that he's sticking to. And he's going to need it against Rafael Lovato Jr. Lovato could take him out any second. AJ MCKEE warming up in the back there, 11-0. 4 knockouts, 3 subs. Very creative striker. He's got some creative elbows, kicks. Really, really fun guy to watch fight. All right, here we go. Round 2. Nice straight right there for Lovato Jr. lands. After Salter misses first few shots of the round. Oh, big left hook for Salter. Lovato Jr. went down, but I think he was off balance. I think there was maybe a little bit of a sweep combo in there too, and Lovato pops right back up. Salter seems to be chin checking right now, though. He's measuring him with his right hand. Big right hook and another right hook. Salter's measuring with his right hand. He's trying to set up the power shot. Oh, big right hand there. Yeah, Salter's decided that he does not respect Lovato Jr.'s power and that he thinks he can hurt him. And this fight is going to be a different fight from here on out. Either he's going to get caught or he's going to be hurt Lovato by being very aggressive. A nice side kick to the knee again lands there for Salter. Oh, Lovato lands a nice right hook on the temple. Throws a combination. Everything misses except for the right hook on the end. Oh, big right hand from Lovato. Oh, and he's got a guillotine. And this might be pretty deep. Salter's standing up, but Lovato's not let it go. Lovato's got an arm on the... Oh, and he drops back down. It's kind of hard to see the angle and how much leverage he has from this angle. The referee kind of blocked that. No, he's not underneath the neck. So I think Salter's going to be able to get out of this one. And Salter grabbing Lovato's wrist right now, doing exactly what he needs to do. He's got it out from around his neck now. I mean, his head's still in there, but Lovato's not locked. And he doesn't have the leverage. Salter's trying to stand there up there against the cage. Lovato Jr. trying to sink that guillotine back in, but he's only got one arm in there. He's using one arm to try to push himself up. I don't know if he's trying to push himself up against the cage or if he's trying to get a different kind of leverage. Yeah, and he does. Starts to push himself back up, but he does not let go of this guillotine. Oh, and Salter picks him up and dumps him. Lovato Jr. still got that arm around the neck, though. If he does not get this guillotine, Lovato Jr. is burning up his arm right here. And he tries to flip Salter over. He's not got a good angle still. He's got that arm around, and he's out. And that's it. And how much energy did Rafael Lovato Jr. expend during that exchange? He's going to go up and look for a key lock, but John Salter intelligently puts his hand in between his own legs to block it. Or puts his leg in between to stop it nonetheless. And they're trying to stand up here. Lovato's trying to stand up. It looks like Salter's going to try to slam him again. They're clinched here up against the fence. Oh, it looked like Lovato might go for a tie clinch there for a minute. He had his hands in place, but Salter drops down. Now Salter's dropped down. He's got his right arm around the leg of Lovato. Lovato pops back up, though, and he stands him up. Now he's landing some elbows there up against the fence. He's going to go for the... He might dig for this guillotine again. Oh, and he just dropped. He's really trying to get this guillotine. It's just not a good angle. Once again, though, 40 seconds left in the second round. He's expending a lot of energy to trying to get this guillotine. And this is going to be a hard round to score because Lovato Jr. spent so much of the round trying to land that guillotine. So how do the judges score that? You're supposed to score when a fighter's going to in a fight. That's supposed to score big. Oh, and a couple of nice elbows there for Lovato Jr. He might have pulled it off there. I'm going to give that to Lovato. That was very close. I'm going to give that one to Lovato Jr., though. I got it around a piece. I don't know how you guys have it. But, oh my God, Kamei Genius. DM guy like a DTT. Yeah, it was. That was crazy, Seven. I know Seven's watching this. He's got the hook up on every fight. But man, there are a lot of fights coming. Who does everybody got? Does anybody not have Anthony Joshua versus Alexander Povetkin? Alexander Povetkin's only got one loss. I believe he's 37-1. But his one loss was to Klitschko, to Vladimir Klitschko. Oh, and the commentators are arguing between each other. They have a split. One had it for Lovato. The other one had it for Salter. And I thought that round could have been very, very close. For sure. Nice front kick to the body there from Salter and a right hook for Lovato. Salter trying to move forward. He was a lot less active that last round, though. Nice right hook and a leg kick combination there from Lovato Jr. And a body kick lands for Lovato Jr. Salter pressing the action, but Salter is Lovato starting to catch him on the way in. Oh, big left hook for Salter, and Lovato ducks underneath it. Our big right hook, excuse me. He really went for that. Southpaw. Salter misses the front kick. Salter might be getting a little bit tired. I expected Rafael Lovato to be tired from spending so much energy on going for that guillotine. But Salter looks tired. Oh, but Salter landed a big right hand there as Lovato was coming in. Oh, Lovato goes for a flying knee, and he misses. And Salter may now go for a guillotine. Lovato's ducking down. Oh, and he's out. Oh, Lovato's got him around his waist now, though. Oh, it looked like he might go for a belly-to-back suplex there for a minute. Salter turned the direction on him, turned his hips on him, and back up against the fence. So now Lovato Jr. pushing Salter up against the fence. 3:15 left in the third round, and they are standing back in the center of the cage. Lovato Jr. throwing a lot of shots. Salter getting out of the way or blocking everything. He throws a three-punch combination and a kick. Salter got out of the way of the punches, blocks the kick. Nice little sneaky left hook there. Lands from Salter, not real hard. Oh, Lovato ducks under a right hook, lands one of his own there. And Lovato ducks under a punch, goes for the takedown. What great defense by Salter. Grabs double underhooks, in fact. And then Lovato reverses him, grabs double underhooks himself. Salter now going for the takedown here. Salter's got a storied wrestling career. But Lovato is on the top here. Looked like he was going for some kind of submission. He's in half guard. He's trying to move to mount. He's very close to moving to mount. He's pushing that right leg down. Oh, and Lovato Jr.'s got his back, and he lands a couple of right hooks to the temple and right hooks underneath. And now he's really got his back. And now he's got mount. Big right hands from Rafael Lovato Jr. Combinations from the mount. He's looking to end the fight. Big flurries from Rafael Lovato Jr. Salter is defenseless on the ground. He's defenseless from these punches. And now Lovato might be going for the choke. If I was Lovato, I would continue to push that ground and pound unless he tired himself out. Lands another right hook to the temple there. And another left hook. Salter is not blocking any of those shots. Another right hook there from Lovato. I know Lovato's trying to soften him up for that choke, but I think maybe he could have stopped him on the ground and pound. Oh, nice left hook and several hammer fists there from Lovato Jr. And he may stop him from ground and pound. He's landing some more back fists. Oh, and he got underneath the neck there. Oh, for just a minute. But Salter Shoved that arm in there. Great job of Salter. Grabbed that arm in there, and now he grabs the wrist of Lovato Jr. To try to reverse this. Lovato Jr. throwing big combinations on the ground. He is dominating the ground on the ground and pound. And he's got an arm underneath. Now he's got it wrapped around. He's not underneath the chin. There's a tap! Rafael Lovato Jr. Anaconda choke. 3rd round. He has finished in another submission victory for Rafael Lovato Jr. as he moves to 9-0, one of the top middleweight prospects in Bellator. Anthony Johnson pisses me off. Ducking competition, Joshua. Yeah, I hear you, Trevi. Tyson Fury. Did you hear the words Tyson Fury had for him? And Hasim Rahman Jr., when I had him on the show, if you guys haven't listened to that interview, he said Anthony Joshua will never fight Deontay Wilder. He said straight out, he said he will never fight Deontay Wilder. Hasim Rahman Jr., if you haven't watched the interview, you should watch it. He was very entertaining. Of course, he's the son of Hasim Rahman. And Hasim Rahman, believe it or not, in 2001, when he knocked out Lennox Lewis in the 4th round, he was the last heavyweight to unify all the major belts, WBA, IBF, and WBC. So his son, Hasim Rahman Jr., said he will unify the belts again. He's 6-0 with 4 knockouts now, but he's had several guys drop out of fights because he didn't want to fight him. They didn't want to fight him. He's had several guys call the night before or a couple nights before, and they find out who he is. Rafael Lovato Jr., 8 of 9 wins by KO or submission. That is very impressive. And he had a really good test tonight in John Salter, and he passed. He was going to win that fight regardless. He was dominating that 3rd round. Ended up getting the submission. But no, Hasim Rahman Jr., he's had guys fall out. They start to watch tape on him. They find something out about him, and they call like a night or two before, and they say, oh, I got sick. I can't make the fight. And he's had a lot of guys do that now. So, and that kind of sucks for him because he said he would have 20 fights. I believe he said he wanted 20 fights in the first 2 years. 24 fights, excuse me. But, of course, he wasn't able to do that because the guys don't show up. Main event still to come, guys. AJ MCKEE, 11-0, one of the top prospects in his division in the world. His opponent is no slouch, 21-3. Oh, okay. We don't. Thank you. Yeah, John Macapa is. I said he's no slouch. 21-3. I want to look up his Sherdog page while we're waiting here in between commercials. Now's their chance to have commercials. It's hard. It's hard for these networks. You know, it's got to kill them because in between rounds when it's live, they can't have more than 1 minute of commercials. It's got to be just a little less. So in between fights, they're like, okay, now we got to bring them all in. So I copied and pasted this from Tapology. I don't know how they got John Teixeira. But that's what I have on the strain. That is incorrect. But all right. Of course, they're gonna make it official. Like they're gonna change their mind. Missed the show earlier. How did you do on the parlay? What's up, Daniel York? I lost one, man. I did a 4-fight parlay. I'm 2 of 3, but that doesn't count when you do a parlay. ARTEAGA, she was losing. My girl was doing good. That was the hard. I knew that one was the hard one to pick, and she ended up getting a standing guillotine choke. Rafael Lovato Jr., winner of submission, 427 in the 3rd round. It's pretty hard to sweep a card, even a 4-fight card. Yeah, just saw that huge underdog for that record. Yeah, Rafael Lovato Jr. now 9-0, 2 knockouts and 6 subs. He's probably on his way to a championship fight, possibly within the next year with a couple more good wins, just because he finishes fights. That's him and Aaron Pico. They might both get championship fights before AJ MCKEE because of how they finish fights. Not that AJ MCKEE doesn't finish fights, and maybe he's had tougher opponents, but he hasn't finished as impressively. Oh, and Rafael Lovato Jr. got to give props to Boise, talking about how beautiful a town it is. Definitely a beautiful town. Just saw that underdog for that record. Yeah, I would have lost my $57,000 tonight. But like I was saying earlier, I did get a surprise check from Google today, and I was surprised, especially since having my stream demonetized. There was no super chat on there. But I've been trying to come out with new videos, and you guys are sharing them. Thank you for the shares. Like I said, I see it in the analytics. That really helps my channel. Anytime you can go on Reddit and share my links, MMA Junkie, SureDog, man, I really appreciate it. I know everybody can't, always donate. If anybody can donate, it would be greatly appreciated. Like I said, I have no, I won't get any money for this stream. This whole channel is not monetized. It's paypal.me/FightsWithFriends. As always, since this is the newer channel, I think it's pretty much just the regulars in here. But anybody who's got that PayPal, I would appreciate it. I got some pay-per-views coming up to pay for. One, of course, Khabib Nurmagomedov versus Conor McGregor. And apparently now I got to buy DAZN. So between that and Fight Pass and the pay-per-views, it's like Lima versus Koreshkov. This is, wow. This is going to be the rematch between the two. Douglas Lima dethroned Koreshkov in 2016. They will rematch next week. Then, of course, Paul Daly versus... Oh, excuse me, I'm trying to look at that. I thought it was going to be Paul Daly versus MVP in that first round.
Thank you for being here 8 days away from your 3rd fight against Koreshkov. How excited are you for the matchup, and how pumped up are you to be part of such a big event in San Jose?
So they're interviewing Andrei Koreshkov in between rounds now. He's definitely... These guys are both very, very explosive strikers. And that fight could go either way for sure. I know Douglas Lima won the first one, but these guys, I mean, they throw like street fights. Yes, it is Paul Daly versus MVP in the first round as well. That welterweight Grand Prix. Douglas Lima, 2-time Bellator welterweight world champion. And I have no idea who's going to come out of that tournament. Wilder versus Fury, December 1st. Just found out. Really? Oh, my stream will be back. November 20th, guys. November 20th, I believe, is the last day of my suspension. Yep, just signed. I said they just signed 8 hours ago. Tyson Fury signs deal for Deontay Wilder super fight. Thank you, by the way. Thanks for the update, Robert Christian. I didn't have that. Tyson Fury signs deal for Deontay Wilder super fight as Gypsy King warns I'll absorb the power and then detonate. The Gypsy King has put pen to paper on the contract to face the American later this year. Tyson Fury has signed a deal to fight Deontay Wilder at the end of the year. The Gypsy King will lock horns with the Bronze Bomber in a heavyweight showdown across the pond later this year. A date and venue has yet to be confirmed, but is expected to take place in December in Las Vegas or Los Angeles, so it must have been updated since then. He said on Instagram, just got serious. I've just signed my end of the deal for Wilder fight. Signed, sealed, and delivered. It's up to them now. Deontay Wilder, you're going to get it, mate. You're in big trouble. I've never met a man I couldn't beat in the boxing ring or in the street. Tyson Fury, he was the best boxer in the world, and then he took a long time off, and he got really out of shape. I think Deontay Wilder is maybe the most dangerous boxer on earth right now. I actually take Deontay Wilder in that fight because of Tyson Fury's layoff. I know you've got a big punch, a big mouth. I know you want to win, but you don't want it like I do. I will out-heart you. I will force my will upon you until you quit. Tyson Fury said that. Chin is going nowhere. I'll absorb all the power and then I'll detonate. Good night. So Tyson Fury talking trash. I mean, that's nothing new. So Tyson Fury signed. And there it is. It's official. Okay. So great job there, Robert Christian, for coming up with that. What's up, Mario Masaki? How you doing, man? Old Herb Dean's giving you a run for your money on the late stoppages there. Did you see that CB Dalloway fight? CB Dalloway was trying to get out of that fight so bad. I mean, he was covering up, just getting battered for like 3 minutes, and he actually looked up at Herb Dean several times, like to say, "Really, are you not gonna stop this effing fight?" Because he didn't want to tap. He didn't want to tap from strikes. I missed out on all your streams. That's after. Oh, just found your second channel. Sorry, man. I tried to put it out there. I'm glad you found me, though. Awesome. When does the tournament start? Tournament starts Saturday, man. It's going to be a great freaking tournament, too. Please, guys, please don't unsubscribe from Fights with Friends. If my notifications for other things, if anything, if they annoy you, turn off the notifications. But I've lost about 40 subscribers since my stream has been demonetized, or stream has just been banned completely. It's not even just demonetized, it's banned completely. I've lost a lot of subscribers, and I'm getting close to that 5,000 amount, and that's what brings in the sponsors. 5,000, you really bring in sponsors. And I can get that deal. YouTube will match me with FameBit, with advertisers. So please, thank you very much, everyone that subscribed to the new channel. Please hit that like button and subscribe. But please don't unsubscribe from Fights with Friends. We have less than 60 days left on the suspension for the stream, and I'm going to continue to put out quality content, hopefully there, like the new series I started, Fights with Finishes, interviews like the interview I just had with Hasim Rahman Jr. And the president of IFL over there in India. Jeremy Horn is coming on the show. He confirmed with me. I don't know if you guys know legend Jeremy Horn, over 200 fights. First guy to beat Chuck Liddell, submitted him in his UFC debut. And we're going to talk about judging because he kind of called out my judging abilities on the Demetrius Johnson versus Henry Cejudo fight, because I said I thought Cejudo did enough to win it. Now, Sam Alvey, in our interview, Sam Alvey agreed with me. So, which that interview has also been on there. Sam Alvey, of course, taking on Antonio Rogero Nogueira next Saturday. We'll be doing that one. He talks about that fight on the internet, though. King versus King, King Kong versus Caravan King. Herb Dean is just the fanboy. He bought 2 shirts to support the cause. Oh, that's great. That would be great if Herb Dean came in with a shirt with Mara Yamasaki's face on it. I mean, I don't think anybody else would appreciate it. But, maybe us, but it would be damn funny. And Goldie's looking good. Goldberg's, he's like back in form. What a great signing by Bellator. And I think the UFC lost a lot of their excitement when they got rid of Mike Goldberg. Those new people coming over, I know they thought that he wasn't as technical as Joe Rogan, which he's not. He doesn't have an MMA background. But the guy's got a great voice. He's great at getting you excited and hyped about fights. Him and Joe Rogan played off each other. You don't need 2 analytical experts. Now, there's nobody out there like Joe Rogan. Jimmy Smith, they brought in Jimmy Smith. He's another analytical guy. So now you have a super analytical guy. And then you have an analytical guy with Joe Rogan who can also be entertaining. There's only one Joe Rogan. But I thought Mike Goldberg, especially for the long term, was the better partner for Joe Rogan. And John McCarthy is learning on the job quickly, though. John McCarthy and Mike Goldberg commentating together. I agree. Mike Goldberg and Joe were the only authentic UFC commentators to me. They complemented each other so well. I believe so. Well, you know, I'm waiting. It might be a while, but if the UFC could just call my name, you know, I could get in there with Joe Rogan and do whatever it is they need. I honestly don't think Joe and Daniel Cormier are a great combo either. I think Daniel's a little too serious. I think Daniel's become a great commentator. I think Daniel Cormier and Mike Goldberg would have been a better team than Daniel Cormier and Joe Rogan, though. Just because of styles. You gotta have somebody that knows what's going on, and then somebody that's entertaining. There's very few guys that can do both. Joe Rogan's one of them. Another one, of course, is Boss Rutan. Boss Rutan was one of the best ever. You got, what's his name? He's been commentating all over the place. Pat Miletich, and he's got his own podcast, The Conspiracy Barn. It's great. It's entertaining. When he breaks down fights, he's super analytical. Everybody learns something. Unfortunately, he doesn't entertain me as an announcer, though. The way like a Chael Sonnen does. Chael Sonnen might be the best eventually. Chael Sonnen may surpass Joe Rogan. Chael Sonnen is very, very well spoken. That's just my opinion. I think being technical was overrated. I can watch a breakdown later. Now, Daniel Yerk, I don't think that the being technical and the breakdown is completely underrated because I believe there should be a lot more MMA fans than there should be, or than there is. When you got, you know, 1.3 million people watching Justin Gaethje versus Dustin Poirier, are you kidding me? There should be a minimum of 10 million people watching that. You got to show these guys what to look for. And you do have to educate the fans, but you have to entertain them along the way. And it's, you know, it's a balancing act. I don't really think it's that hard of a balancing act. But I think it's easier to find a guy who's entertaining and teach him a little technical stuff about MMA than it is to take a technical person and try to make him entertaining. I don't think that works very often. And there's been a lot of fighters that, you know, they've tried to do that with recently, and I don't think it's worked very well. Dominic Cruz, very analytical. I don't think he's a bad commentator. I'd rather listen to Dan Hardy, though, to be honest. Dan Hardy's not near as technical, but he excites me more. So, you know, same thing with Daniel Cormier. Very technical. And he has gotten excited at times. He is getting better. But yeah, if I have to choose between technical and excitement, I'm going to choose excitement. Sonnen is the slickest talking dude in the game. He's funny as heck. I agree. There's got to be a balance. Yeah, I agree. AJ MCKEE versus John Macapa. And I got to give Chael Sonnen credit for his podcast. He must not swear in general, because he does a lot of live podcasts. He does his live show. He does a lot of videos and things. I don't think I've ever heard him swear. And he makes a very strategic effort to not swear in his streams. He's an artist. He can be extremely controversial without swearing and without scaring away the advertisers. John Macapa, 14-21 wins by KO or submission. He's no joke. John Macapa is no joke. I mean, I don't know that he's going to get the win tonight, but man, I'm 2 for 3 tonight. But like I said, I did the parlay, so it doesn't matter. Mike, who's headlining UFC 230? I really thought it was John Jones. Now I'm not sure. Dana said that John Jones 100% will not headline UFC 230. I don't know. Dutch guy was bringing this up earlier, that Dana, you know, he's hard to trust anymore. I don't know if he would come out in a press conference and say something 100% wasn't going to happen. As far as a fight that close. He has done something similar, I believe. He said Tony Ferguson and Khabib Nurmagomedov, I will never make that fight again. I don't see how he can hold up to that. And I think he's already kind of backed off that a little bit. But I don't know. If it's not him, possibly Colby Covington versus Tyron Woodley. I don't believe Brock Lesnar's been in the USADA pool long enough for the Cormier fight. And Cormier, I believe, is still injured. I don't think he's cleared to fight. Dana wouldn't lie, would he? AJ MCKEE, the longest win streak in Bellator with 11. That is a good win streak in today's MMA. Logan Paul versus CM Punk or Sage. Maybe even Floyd. So Sage Northcutt, what Comedic Genius is talking about, Sage Northcutt is in between contracts. His contract with the UFC is up. He's actually entertained a YouTube fight with Logan Paul. Because Logan Paul's last fight, which ended up in a draw, his boxing match, sure it was $8 a pop, but it drew how many million? I mean, a lot. a lot. Now, you get him in there against an actual MMA fighter, a lot of people are going to watch just to see Logan Paul get his ass kicked, and that's what's going to happen every day of the week. KSI, sorry. And they might do it again. But I believe they said AJ MCKEE 11-0. He's only 23 years old. 5'10", 145-pounder. John Macapa 21-3-2, 31 years old. 5'7", 145.5. 145 pound and 5'10", 6-inch reach advantage. You got to wonder if he's going to be able to stay at 145 and 5'10". So they sold out an arena of 21,000 people. This was KSI and Logan Paul. So, I mean, that's a ton of money right there. And it's just them. And they said over 800,000 people paid $10. I thought it was $8. I paid $10, I guess, to watch boxing on YouTube. With a further 1.2 million concurrent viewers watching via pirated Twitch streams. In comparison, 1.6 million people watched KSI versus Joe Weller, with 8,000 fans in attendance at London's Olympic Park. So maybe strike it while it's still hot, Sage. Take the money, brother. Take the money. It's an easy fight. Then you can go back to the UFC and you can fight real fights. But take the money. I'd sign a fight with Logan Paul today. I have to lose the weight. But AJ MCKEE, 7 wins by knockout or submission, 5 in the first round. Out of Long Beach, Cali, AJ the Mercenary McKee. And Mike Beltran as the referee. I love that beard. For those of you guys that haven't seen his beard, it's probably 3 feet long, and he's got 2 like ponytails on his beard, which I don't like ponytails on guys generally, but this is a beard, and it's split. It goes down like 3 feet on each side, and he's got it braided. That's some Viking shit right there. That is certainly some Viking shit. All right, here we go, main event. And they touch gloves. McKee. Oh, McKee goes for the head kick right away. And Macapa blocks it. Macapa in the blue gloves, McKee in the red. Oh, McKee goes for a spinning side kick to the body. Macapa blocks it. But, oh, nice body kick from AJ MCKEE. And this, oh, big right hook. Oh, and Macapa lands a left hook and right, straight right counter. McKee's going to have to watch getting counter coming in. Nice side kick to the body there from McKee. McKee is so fast. I mean, he is... Oh, head kick lands from McKee. He didn't land it really hard because it was so fast, but it definitely hit him on the ear. Right hand there from Macapa. And McKee is so lucid with his movements. He reminds you, it's like a MVP style. Oh, and he throws a spinning wheel kick. And Macapa timed that perfectly, gets a takedown, but they back up immediately. Oh, big left hand from AJ MCKEE, and Macapa is out! That is it! One shot! AJ MCKEE just shut the fucking lights out here in Boise, Idaho, and there's the backflip off the cage. And there goes my not swearing for the night. AJ MCKEE just shot Macapa down. He is still down on the ground. Turn the power off. Turn the lights off. AJ MCKEE just stole the show. And here's the replay. Misses the... Lands a jab on the chin. Just big left hook right there. And, oh, man, and his head just shakes back. His whole body convulses. And he is completely out. His head snaps back before it hits the ground. That is power and a great backflip off of the cage there. in celebration for AJ MCKEE. He definitely deserves it, and that man might be looking at a title shot very soon. Bellator history book, AJ MCKEE now tied for 4th most wins by knockouts, and Bellator with 5. Wow. That was a shot. Nice KO, nice. Yeah, it was. I thought of MVP too with that great balance. Yeah, he showed great balance, great speed, and he was controlled. He did throw the one wheel kick that, you know, he got taken down for a second, but I mean, he was up almost before he hit the ground. The transition, he's just so fast and slick. OMG, horrifying knockout. Yeah, that was one of the most horrifying knockouts I've seen in a while. One shot. That was a Mark Hunt walk-off style knockout at 145 pounds from a guy who stands at 5'10". That is dynamite hands. That's Conor McGregor power. That is as hard a shot. I'm going to say it right now. That is as hard a shot as I have ever seen landed from a 145-pound fighter. To see his opponent's head snap back. Sometimes you'll see it when their head bounces off the canvas. No, it was a delay. His head snapped, and then he hit the canvas. I mean... Looks like C-Mac. Yep. And tomorrow, of course, a very big streaming day.
The longest winning streak in Bellator history, and best start in Bellator history, is now...
Because we got Sao Paulo and UFC. We got Joshua Povetkin. 1 minute, 9 seconds into the first round. The mercenary AJ MCKEE, and talk about a statement tonight from that man. He doesn't need to say a word after that. I'm always saying people should call people out, do different things after that. Everything he did just spoke for itself. And John McCarthy says, all I can say is boom. And he put the pimp glasses on. He's got the chains. What a great show for everybody that bought tickets in CenturyLink in Idaho. I wonder if those guys expected to see such a great show tonight. That was... I mean, they got to see a lot of prelims earlier. That main event. And I went 3 for 4. If that one girl wouldn't have screwed up my parlay. He says he's training with Baby Slice and Aaron Pico, which Baby Slice, Kimbo Slice's son, he's fighting here soon on Bellator. His fight's already booked. I can't remember if it was 206 or 207. AJ MCKEE also now tied for 4th most wins in the Bellator history book with 12. All 12 of his wins have came in Bellator. That's what you call a homegrown product. Aaron Pico, AJ MCKEE, Daniel Lovato Jr. Bellator is building a base. They are building a base, and he just said day one since A1. Where is my belt? Or day one like A1. I like it. He said, where is my belt?
Spectacular knockout finish in our main event of the evening.
What do you mean? What happened? Am I off?
Tonight's finish of the night, presented by Boost Mobile. Boost makes it
Oh, it's a knockout, man. AJ MCKEE, first round knockout, minute 09. I'm still in here, right, guys? I didn't get, my stream didn't cut, did it? Okay, I was curious. Comedic Genius is asking me what's going on there. I thought maybe my stream got cut. But man, have we got and oh no, you're good. Oh no, I was in the bathroom. AJ MCKEE first round knockout, man. Bellator schedule next Saturday: Masasi versus McDonald, Lima versus Koreshkiv, Rampage Jackson versus Vanderlei Silva 2. Friday, October 12th, Matt Mitchum versus Ryan Bader in the heavyweight Grand Prix. The day right after, Fedor Emelianenko fights Chael Sonnen in the next round of the heavyweight Grand Prix. Bellator is putting the lights out on 2018. And next Saturday, I got a surprise. Next Saturday, we're doing Ryzen next Saturday. By the way, you're on, says Trev. All right. Thank you. I'm trying to get an official U.S. time for the Anthony Joshua Povetkin fight. I think it might be on Sunday morning over here. I'm putting in Fight Time USA. What time is the fight on tomorrow? What channel? This is Telegraph. Getting a lot of UK sites. Here we go. So here's CBS Sports. I think I had it earlier, but 3 of the 4 recognized heavyweight titles will be at stake Saturday when British star Anthony Joshua returns in front of an expected crowd of 90,000 at London's Wembley Stadium. See, the rest of the world respects combat sports in a way the United States doesn't anymore. 90,000. Why? There's 60,000 people that go to football games every week all over the country. 30,000 people at basketball games. Why do we not have 90,000 people for huge fights? We very rarely will have big crowds. We don't have 90,000. The fact that the 4th title, the WBC strapped owned by fellow unbeaten Deontay Wilder, isn't on the line after very public talks fell apart in recent months for a fall unification bout, has done a decent job in overshadowing the danger of Joshua's return. Yet the unified WBA, WBO, IBF title holder faces a stiff test nonetheless in WBA mandatory opponent and former world title challenger Alexander Povetkin. 34-1 with 24 knockouts. Armed with a new 3-year deal with promoter Matchroom Sport and firmly entrenched as the sport's biggest star globally, the 28-year-old Joshua, 21-0 with 20 knockouts, doesn't look at Povetkin as necessarily risking a future fight with Wilder, 40-0 with 39 knockouts, who is currently negotiating about lineal champ Tyson Fury for December. Sounds like that fight has been taken care of now. Povetkin has everything to do with the fight being used as a launching pad for the streaming service DAZN, which commenced in America on September 10th ahead of Saturday's debut card, 4:30 p.m. Eastern. But when is this fight? Is it going to be at 1:30 Pacific? I might have to go to DAZN. What? Why is it so hard to find start times to things anymore? We got Google and the whole frickin' internet. Povetkin's 39 years old. It seems like the more information we get, the harder. Oh, there we go. 1:30 Pacific time. First month free. First month free. So you guys can follow along. DAZN. First month free. I like it. So that's going to get us through Joshua Povetkin and through Rory McDonald and Gegard Mousasi. So I'll go back to your comments now. Just wanted to figure that out.
Sam's also a mother, and we're very close. So yeah, show respect your wishes.
We can do this.
When I go pick up the food and they, oh my God, comedic. I got to get my DAZN tomorrow. Which I say like Da Bears, DAZN. That might catch on. That might catch on, Daniel. Guys, should I start Lamar Miller or Gio Bernard in my flags? I have not caught up with football this year much. My Seahawks are 0-2. That offensive line still sucks as much as it has for the last 8 years. We've been saying that offensive line needs to be fixed. The play calling is horrendous. They're kind of a mess. So I've watched those games. I haven't really paid attention to much else. And unfortunately, my brother-in-law and nephew who have done fantasy football and been trying to drag me kicking and streaming for years. The last 2 years, I actually enjoyed it. And then I win. And then they don't invite me to fantasy football anymore. They decided not to do it this year. So then I found out, I didn't realize the season was starting. It was like a few days before the season started, and I didn't get a fantasy football team in. But I hope you win yours, Trevi. But yeah, I don't know if you should start Lamar Miller or Gio Bernard. I remember Bernard. He was you're talking about that Cincinnati, the Cincinnati running back, right? I would start Giovanni Bernard myself, but I don't know much about football anymore, man. Like I said, I haven't kept up with it the way that I could be or should be. But yeah, he was in Cincinnati. So anybody who was watching, you guys that were watching a little Bellator, you can see now Creed is on, so that's pretty cool. I think I'm going to go eat some dinner, guys. Hey, thank you for the time. Thank you for the beer. I enjoyed spending another night with you guys. We will be back early. We'll be back tomorrow, 1:30 p.m. Pacific time for Alexander Povetkin versus Anthony Johnson, or Anthony Joshua. Who was saying Johnson earlier? Now you got me saying it. Anthony Joshua versus Alexander Povetkin at 1:30, and then 7 p.m. We got a big UFC card. Let's bring that up just real quick before I go. Let's bring up that UFC card real quick and see what we got coming tomorrow, because that is a good card. I'm bringing it up right now, and it'll be on your guys' screen here in just a minute. And, of course, my good buddy Sam Alvey will be taking on Minotaur Nogueira. All right, here we go. So main event, both of the guys for the main event have backed out at one time or another. It is now Eric Anders versus Thiago Santos. Great fight. I can't complain about that at all. Alex Oliveira versus Carlo Peterzelli. That fight could go either way. Brazilian Cowboy, yep. Later, Mikey. Beard is weird. MGK. All right, later, Genius. Have a good night. Brazilian Cowboy. Yep. Alex Oliveira, super entertaining fighter, though. And Carlo Peterzelli, I think he's going to give him a good fight. And then my man, Sam Alvey versus Antonio Rogerio Nogueira. This guy's been on fights with friends twice. How can he not be ranked? That doesn't even make sense to me. Henan Barao versus Andre Uel. The return of Henan Barao. He hasn't been around. I think it's been a little while since he fought. Whenever he fought, I'm sure he lost. But yeah, he's on a 2-fight losing streak. It's February of this year against Brian Kelleher, unanimous decision. Lost 3 out of 4. He's just been on ever since TJ beat him. He's been on a slide. Look at that. He won the belt and defended it 3 times. Won it from Uriah, defended against Michael McDonald and Eddie Weiland, and then knocked out Uriah the second time in the first round after winning a unanimous decision the first time. And then TJ Dillashaw knocks him out. He gets 1 win. TJ Dillashaw knocks him out quicker. And then it has been concussion city for Renan Barão since then. Undefeated not that long ago. Now he's got 6 losses on his record. We'll see if he can bounce back one more time. Ronda Marcos versus Marina Rodriguez. And Charles Oliveira versus Christos Giagos. I love that one. And Francisco Trinaldo versus Evan Dunham. Luis Enrique versus Ryan Spahn. That is a huge light heavyweight fight. Of course, Luis, both these guys, I believe, just came off the Contender Series. Augusto Sakai versus Chase Sherman. Chase Sherman, both these guys, devastating power. Look at that, 82% knockout. Same ratio on both. Sergio Moraes fights Ben Saunders. Look at the UFC Fight Pass prelims. These are even getting deep lately. You got Sergio Moraes and Ben Saunders at least. Talis Leites and Hector Lombard on your prelims. Wow, and we might end up missing some of those because what time do the prelims? Prelims start at 3:30. So perfect. We should be able to get Povetkin versus Joshua in before the prelims start. So that will be a very busy day, to be sure. And that is it. To wrap it out, I got 3 out of 4. Was not able to... Brown missed weight. I seen that they were live streaming the weigh-in while I was working today. I really didn't have time to stop to check it out, but that sucks. I know he's done that before. He's missed weight. He's had issues with weight, and I wonder if moving up would have helped him earlier in his career, or even still. I'm not sure how old he is, but night, everyone. Good night, Dean. And I'm gonna get out of here too, guys. I'm gonna go get something to eat. Hey, as always, I love you. I respect you, and I'll see your fine asses later.